everybody. This is The Gift by Joep Beving. I guess Christmas came early this year. So that's the beginning of the piece, and obviously we can just jump right into it. Both the hands do more or less the same thing rhythmically. I think there's very few exceptions where this is not true, so we can begin with the left hand. This piece is in A minor in 3/4 time, so we have 3 beats per bar, and we're playing all 8th notes. So we start with 4, 2, and 1, and it breaks down like this: bottom, middle, top, middle, top, middle. Next bar is the same: bottom, middle, top, middle, top, middle. Reach down with the 5th and sit on that F for a while. It's a fermata. It's not measured. You just kind of sit there as long as you think is necessary, and then it moves on ahead. Now the right hand, we have again A minor, but we have 4, 2, and 1 playing it. So now we have sort of the inverse, right? They're kind of mirror images of one another. Top, middle, bottom, middle, bottom, middle. Then again, top, middle, bottom, middle, bottom, middle, reach up. And that's what you get. Hold that. And as you can see, the hands interact. Basically, they align perfectly. So every note plays together. The next bar is the same. If I was to count, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and reach out and hold. All of that is under one pedal. Let it decay, and then you continue with the same material. The next bar is the same. Now things start to change. The outside notes are played, but then the middles continue. Then again, outsides, middles stay the same. The outside notes come together, one step. Middles do the same. Again. The pinky falls in the left hand to E, and then we have. So in the middles, we have the right hand, the second finger moves to D, but everything else stays the same. Twice. So we play all that again with counting, and once I play it with counting one time, I think it should be enough information for the rest of the piece. So this is the only section of the music that I'll do with counting, because the rest of the piece is really just 8th notes. So if you can get this down, you can get the whole piece down. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and let it decay. And then again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. So there's that first major phrase of the piece. Let's continue. it repeats verbatim. So all the same stuff, nothing new. Not bad. So far so good. Let's move on to the next part. We have this. So let's have a look at that. Okay, the next 8 bars are as follows. Let's do the left hand first. 5, 2, and 1 for 2 bars. Same kind of patterning. Bottom, middle, top, so on and so forth. The next 2 bars are down here. 5, 2, and 1 again. Same pattern. And then again. Moving on, the bottom 2 notes fall. So we have A flat, E flat, C. Twice. Notice my fingers. Moving on. Twice. Now, whenever you have these kind of stretches, you don't really need to be able to reach this. Just because I can doesn't mean you need to be able to. As long as you pivot on the middle finger, that will allow you to reach up and down. So even though I can't reach this far, I can certainly pivot. Just managed. It's kind of a Hail Mary there. So make sure that you can pivot on the second finger at every moment when you play this. Some flexibility in the wrist is really necessary here. All right, so that takes care of the left hand. Now the right. So we have 4, 2, and 1. This is our new position for 2 bars. Same patterning. Then again. Moving on, it's 5, 2, and 1. Twice. Moving on, we have second finger falls to E flat. Only once. The next bar is. So that's 5, 1, 4, 1, 3. Lift. We move on. So that's pinky, lift, and then come down on the E flat below it on the second finger. Joep Beving has an enormous hand. The guy's like 6'10", so he's huge. He probably reaches this like without any issue. For most of us humans, regular humans, we play the top, lift, and come down on the second finger. This piece is fairly slow, so you don't have to rush this. 5, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then the next bar is 5, 3, 2, 1. Reach across to G. So it's. And those are your 8 bars. So now with both hands, you can see that they interact very sort of intuitively and predictably. Pivot on the left. Don't stretch. Don't get tense. Notice that this last E flat was alone. It's the only time that happens here. Alone, and then again the last note is alone. All right. If you need to rewatch that, please feel free to do so. You can always slow the video down if I'm moving too quickly. Then we move on to the next part, which is a repetition. This time we don't have the left hand alone, and we move to this, which is not quite the same. So I'll continue the rest of this piece on the website. There's quite a bit more to do. It's 4 pages of music, and it was not easy to transcribe. No, this was easy to transcribe. Lots of repetition. I was able to do it pretty straight in no time at all, but it is a lot of music to cover, and that's all going to be covered on the website. Come and join us, finish off this piece. You can print out the sheet music, of course, my transcription of it, and you'll be part of the family. It's free to do so, so why not come along for the ride. Thanks for watching, guys. Feel free to subscribe. If you think I've earned it, hit that button and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think and what you'd like me to do next.